Hey guys, well today I want to talk about Ollie's sleep arrangement. So before I became a mother, I was totally unaware how difficult it is to settle baby to sleep. I was so naive. I thought you just pop the baby in the cot, play some nice lullaby, read a bedtime story, give him a kiss, and that's about it. So after Ollie is out of his infancy stage, around 5 months, I decided I'm ready to let Ollie sleep in his own room. If everything goes well, then I might finally be able to get my freedom back. It's been 4 months now and I'm still asleep on that damn mattress. This is the very first night Ollie was transitioned into his own room and slept in a cot at 5 months old. He looks pretty relaxed there. And this is when Ollie was around 8 months old. Mind you, before I filmed this clip, I've already tried to cuddle and settle him for 10 minutes. That feels like forever already. So you may ask, what happened between this 4 months time? Well, a lot has happened since Ollie was 5 months old. And this whole process of sleep train and the eventual failure totally changed how I approach motherhood. Hello. Did you fart? Did you fart? So the first time I heard sleep train is from a colleague. That was way before Ollie was born. Sleep train is a very foreign concept to a lot of Asian people. I don't think it's in our culture to sleep train a child. So I was quite curious the first time I heard about it. And then after Ollie was born, I started to do a lot of research and read a lot about sleep training, different methods used in sleep training. But at that time, I didn't really do it with a sense of urgency because Ollie was such a great infant baby. He could sleep through the night since he was very little. So at that time, I wasn't really in a rush. I just thought I was incredibly lucky to have a baby that could sleep through the night. It was until 5 months old when he started to develop a lot more intellectually, emotionally, and apparently physically. That's when I realized Ollie probably gonna have more sleeping problem than I initially thought. Just from my knowledge of sleep training, it's really something that just doesn't sit right with me, but I'm open enough to give it a go. So I adopted this kind of my method, combining some gentle approach of sleep training with my tolerance level of Ollie's crying. I use this method of setting up a mattress just right next to his cot. So my plan was to first put Ollie in the cot and I sleep in the mattress so he would know that I'm next to him. And then gradually, if he can sleep through the night, I would just gradually exit the room. It actually had a short-term success. And then just when I have more confidence that it will work, he would have a continuing days that he just scream and crying to the point he even wakes up every hour through the night. So then that was the stage where I was just totally ready to give up on sleep training. And then things were getting better again. Then I bring back the sleep training. And then I fail. I'll bring Ollie next to me and sleep in the mattress together just so I can get a few more hours sleep. So after all these months, what I learned is it's difficult to tell if his sleep training really work, or it's just the fact that he happened to be in a stage where there's no teasing, there's no separation anxiety, therefore he can sleep better. So from what I read about sleep train and all the methods falling under the branch of sleep training, everything involves some sort of assumption that you could teach baby to self-soothe. And it doesn't matter if you just leave the baby to cry, which is very controversial, or you use a lot more gentle approach to gradually exiting the room and leave the baby alone. It wasn't really so much training and guidance. It's more just let's do this and then baby just need to adapt. To me, the name of sleep train can be really misleading because there's not so much training involved, but more just to leave the baby in a way to the point baby gives up crying for their mom, and therefore you consider this a success because baby is able to settle themselves for sleep. During my years of study psychology, I was very interested in attachment theory. Just from my knowledge, there's no definite answer to the long-term psychological impact of sleep training. And part of me just always feels as difficult as it is, isn't it normal for infant baby this age to want some sort of comfort and some sort of security to fall asleep? To me, that just goes with my maternal instinct rather than go against it. So then I work up to the point where I just really questioning sleep training and how effective it is. And then I start to read more people's story of failed sleep training. And then I kind of relate to them a lot more. Because when you're under that level of stress, really change your whole perspective on things. You can become very desperate. I think when people are desperate, they are looking for shortcuts. I think that's how this sleep training became popular. But the problem is, I don't think there is shortcut to motherhood. I don't think there's supposed to be shortcut to motherhood. I didn't mean that you should just always sacrifice your own sleep and your mental health for a secure baby. I believe there are other gentle approach, and a lot comes as simple as acceptance. Just to accept that this is just a phase, just to accept that you are what your baby needs at the moment. Just to accept that there are gonna be a lot of sleepless nights, and this will pass too. And when your baby is ready, he will be ready.
I want to add that even though I don't believe you can teach self-soothe, I don't deny that every child is born with different level of self-soothe ability. Some are more independent than others. So by acceptance, I am also honest with myself that my baby probably just needs more physical closeness with me to feel secure at night. And part of me really enjoys being able to comfort him, and it's comforting to me being next to him. On top of that, waking up a few times a night and back and forth between two rooms are even harder than waking up right next to him in the middle of the night. So co-sleeping just makes much more sense to me and my family. So be honest with you and your family's emotional needs. If you feel both you and your child can benefit from a bit more independence, then sleep training might be the right answer for you.
So ever since I reached this level of acceptance, I feel mentally I'm in a lot better place. I am a lot less frustrated with Ollie because it's not his fault. And I feel a lot less angry and resentful. And occasionally I can have a feel good night's sleep and then I'm happy. And if I couldn't and I just have to get up 10 times a day just to settle him, I just try to enjoy giving him little cuddles, watching him fall asleep in my arms, because I'm pretty sure that one day all of this gonna be distant memory, and you're just gonna miss those days where they're your little baby. Because one day they're gonna grow up and they're gonna become their own person. And you will know that you did the right thing, and you'll be proud of yourself that you become the mom that's there for them. So as you can see, it's still very difficult, but I hope my story can inspire some moms that are struggling in the same situation. And I hope we can encourage each other and to raise a generation of secure baby, and to believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel to our sleep issue. So yes, this is Ollie's sleeping story. Leave a comment down below if you are struggling with the same thing, or if you successfully sleep trained your baby, or if you also fail in the sleep training process. I would like to hear your story as well. In the meantime, I see you in the next story. Bye.
Ollie's like, his chubby like. Cookie time attack, cookie time attack.